Hey,
How's it going?
good.
I'm just doing last minute preparation for table topics.
Oh,
We still have a second speech slot in case you would like to give a speech, but no worries if you'd like to take a break for today either. Oh, let me see, Jim.
not a problem. Yep.
Let me
Anything.
check the agenda. Agenda. We'll be working with the transition for the Sergeant at Arms. So right now we have Moad. We'll just have to ask him to fill in, fill in the Sergeant at Arms. I don't think you have an officer role this time around, Jeff, but unless you really want to, let us know.
No, if I don't have to do anything, I'll just,
That's
but
ideal. Uh,
yeah,
okay.
it's good.
All right.
Because I've been,
Yes, I do. Oh, sorry, Con?
I've been meeting at one. That's why, sometimes I have to prepare. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
yep.
Okay. We have a speaker two slot, so that should work if that's okay. I'll put you down as speaker two.
All right.
Be- Betty had the theme or the word of the day as pinnacle. So the top, the best culminating point of success, achievement, power. If you want, you could talk about that. It's up to you though. You can
Sure.
also speak on whatever's on your mind at the moment.
Pinnacle. All right.
Yeah,
Pinnacle.
pinnacle.
It's a good topic.
Okay. And then
Do a quick research for pinnacle.
oh yeah, let me put the word of the day in the chat too. I'm just putting quotes from a book for table topics. We'll see how this goes. It's just been on my mind.
What time is it? 12:04.
Yeah, and I know that John is going to be late, but Sib should be here.
Okay.
Let me see.
Hmm.
Sib's preparing for the speech though. Sib's speaker one.
Speaker one is.
Oh, we are waiting for Betty. Betty is the Toastmaster of the day. Let me go text her.
Yeah, remind her.
Okay, I gave her a text. So we'll see how that goes. I sent a message to Sid as well. John sounds like he's gonna help you out later.
Hello, we just
Hey,
three
Betty.
people today. Hi.
Yeah, a few people trickling in. We'll have Sib as one of the speakers, and we'll have John as the general evaluator. So I'm just expecting two more people. So we'll
Okay.
see.
So sorry I'm late. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no worries. So we have you, Betty, as Toastmaster today. That still works, right?
Yeah. That's why
Okay.
I'm here.
Yes. I'll be like, oh no, where is Betty? Okay, let me know if you can see this.
So
I don't know if you can. You can double check. We have you as the Toastmaster. We have Sib as speaker one. We have Jeff as speaker
mhm,
two. I'll be the table topics
mhm.
master. We
Okay.
have John as general evaluator, and he's coming in later. We could do round robin evaluations for both. So we'll just need timer and Marion, and I can be a timer. So if someone can volunteer to be Marion, unless someone would like to take on timer, I'm more than happy to pass down that role too. And I can be an Marion this time.
Steve, you can be a Marian too. I guess she
Yeah,
cannot do it.
I
She's a
like it when
speaker.
Sib's. I like it when Sib's Marion though. I feel like I learned so much when you're an Marion, Sib.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're able to catch a lot of things. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that rule.
Yeah,
You've been as a native speaker.
trust the French to make you obsessed about grammar since, year high. We
But yeah,
still learning the damn thing at 15. Yeah.
if you're up for it, I could help you during, or I could be the Marion during the time that you're speaking. That way you don't have to
Okay.
worry about the ahs and ums. You could just let it
Okay, yeah,
go through.
sure. That's
Okay.
that's fine. Remind me to be an Armenian after I finish speaking because I might forget.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, I think with that, Betty, we can probably kickstart the meeting, and we'll just fill in roles as we go.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Today we have speaker Sip, speaker one, Jeff, speaker two, Marian, Sid, and Vincent, table topic master and timer. If John didn't come up, maybe Jeff, you can become a general evaluator later. Okay. So now we have enough people for we can host the meeting already. Today, the word of the day is a pinnacle. Pinnacle. I forgot the scene, right? The reason you text me and I'm multitask. I do a lot of things. I forgot to. Did I respond to you or not? I didn't, right? Sorry.
Oh, I don't think so, but it's okay. We can make it the theme and the word of the day the same. So pinnacle being like the peak of something.
Okay. The pinnacle, like today's environment, the soccer game for international, right? This soccer game because I don't like sports, so I have no idea about. It's called World Soccer Game or what the heck is that soccer game? Sorry, but I heard some stories good, like some story like the one guy he is very poor from the poor family, and then he tried to work very hard, and then he reached his peak, and then he win the game and he's become famous. Yeah, some story is very amazing. My friend just text me. Okay,
一打电话我看
so let's welcome Sid. My partner tried to talk to me. Sorry. He do you have your topic or you have the
Yes.
Okay.
So I am going to tell you about the different language of emotion.
Okay. Let's welcome Sid.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Toastmaster. And this should probably be around 5 minutes. That's just a guess. Let's see how it goes. Dear fellow Toastmasters, what is the German word for the pleasure you get from someone else's misfortune?
Schadenfreude.
Exactly. What is the English word? We don't have one. We had to borrow theirs. So what does that mean? Does that mean that English speakers never felt it until they decided to borrow it? We find a lot more examples of that in different languages. This is not an isolated example. For instance, in Portuguese, there is the word saudade, which means longing for something that may never return. In Danish, hygge, the coziness of warmth and company. In Russian, toska. Nabarov said that no single English word conveys it. It's a form of spiritual ache with no cause or no identifiable cause. In Japanese, there is the word amae, which describes the sweet feeling of depending on someone, of being indulged. And these are basically feelings that the English language never bothered to name. But we have reason to believe that it runs deeper than just vocabulary. In 2019, Science published a study that was made comparing emotion words across a gazillion languages, 2,000, something like 2,500, 2,500 languages, roughly, where they looked at which emotions get lumped under one word. In some language families, anxiety sits close to grief. In others, it is associated with anger. And yet we all have the same nervous system, but we map the emotion differently, and that reflects in language. The Ifaluk of Micronesia have the word fago to mean altogether love, compassion, and sadness Because to them, to love someone is to know you'll lose them. And it's not like they're confusing these emotions. It's the other languages like English that invite us to split them, to split their one emotion into several more granular ones. So what can we take away from that? Why does it matter? What makes these things that we are now learning particularly interesting from a psychological standpoint? Well, psychologists have come to call it emotional granularity, or they speak in general of emotional granularity, meaning how finely we can name what we feel. And we can encounter this issue even within one language. Some people can name their emotions much more finely than others. I actually have don't know if you can see that, an emotional wheel here, which Western psychologists use in order to invite people, to teach people to identify their emotions more finely. Obviously, it's based on, English, the emotions we recognize in English. We have noticed that people who only have bad to describe their emotions versus people who can tell, for example, stress from dread, from resentment, behave differently and have a different relationship to their own emotions and probably others. Research has linked higher granularity, the better ability to identify one's emotions, to better regulations of those emotions. Less lashing out, less drinking to cope, and better recovery when things get really, really bad. When the, psychological pathology happens to hit us. So the word isn't simply a label we stuck on afterward. It changes what we can do with the feeling. And beyond emotions, this type of research actually impacts our general relationship with the world at large. Recently, I bumped into an article about the idea that perhaps the ancient Greek could not see blue. They had all sorts of arguments for that, but the idea was that even a perception of color is determined by the language in which we grow up, in our color perception granularity. And I found that particularly interesting. When I was a kid, I read Orwell's 1984, and Orwell made the very strong point at the end of the novel about concepts, that if language, the ultimate power is for a language to eliminate a word, because then it eliminates the concept itself and it makes it impossible for people to think that concept. And we are now exploring the fact that this goes beyond concepts. Recent research is discovering that perception itself, or very perception of the world, seems to depend on the language at our disposal to express those concepts. Thank you very much for listening to this talk, and I hope that you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Sid, for the very professional and very deep meaning for the language to share to everybody. Maybe next time you can help us to have a one piece of slide. Then we will know more detail that you are talking about.
That's true. Like if we send a prompt like half an hour before, then maybe I can make slides as well. But this was our first try at doing a speech like this. So
Thank you so much. Next, we're gonna have a Jeff, speaker two. Jeff, are you ready yet?
Oh, before that, Betty, could we do a few seconds just so we can
Yes.
take a few notes, just for Sib's speech, and then we'll be doing a round robin as well. So just making
Yes,
sure everyone has a few thoughts.
Let's do evaluate for Sid for 30 seconds. Okay.
30 seconds, yes. I'll do it really quick. And then this will give some buying time for Jeff too. For him to get ready for his speech. Okay. Okay, man, Toastmaster, about 30 seconds is up. So we can move on to Jeff's speech next.
Okay, Jeff, are you doing the impromptu speech?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's welcome Jeff.
Thank you very much, Jared Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster, afternoon. My phone just got overheated, so I have to hold the phone. I was thinking about a news. A couple days ago, Senator Lindsey Graham just passed away. I'm not sure if you guys heard of the news. He got heart attack. 71 years old. Political elite. The top of the top elite in the United States. And I've been sharing the idea of true healthy body. It's a result. And what's the result I'm looking for? It's back to 18-year-old body, 18-year-old figure. You can say, oh, because of the age, because of the job, because of whatsoever. But as a human being, we all agree the best condition of your body or my body was about 18 years old. Is that correct? Vincent, what do you think? 18 years old is the best.
Yeah, 18-year-olds is great.
Right?
You can eat whatever you want.
Yeah. See, what do you think? 18, 16, 17, right? 13 is the best. Right?
downwards after that, but it wasn't great even then.
But at least we agree, right, Betty? We all agree we were the best in shape when we were teenager. So when me, I've been advocating for years. You have to see the result. For example, if you join Toastmaster over years, your public speech skill is going to improve no matter what. No matter how good you are or how slow you are, you're going to get improved. Several years ago, I couldn't even jog a mile. But you know what? A couple days ago, it was Friday, I ran 8 minutes and 14-mile run. Can you believe that? That was my high school speed. And of course, I've been sharing, right? My best speed was 2021, 7 minutes and 29 seconds. That was pretty much the 18-year-old condition of a young man. And I've been joking around. If you don't have six pack, you're not healthy. You can have all kind of excuses or reasons or conditions saying, I got allergy, I got pressure, I got this, I got that. That's why I couldn't reach that. So why I'm talking about Lindsey Graham as a U.S. senator. He is the elite of the elite. Suppose he got the best medical staff in the country, but as a 71-year-old man, he got a sudden death. What I'm trying to say is, in the whole careers, if you are a English teacher, language teacher, you know how to speak, you know how to write. If you are a tennis coach, you know how to play tennis, you know how to serve, you know how to do forehand or backhand or whatsoever. The only career in this whole world is a doctor that has no healthy body, fat, taking a lot of medication himself or herself, yet the person advises you and me to become healthy. To me, it's a joke. That's why we have a case like a top political elite, Lindsey Graham, as a senator. All of a sudden, passed away because of heart attack. And you might think about everybody's different. I'm not talking about everybody is the same, but I'm talking about the knowledge. Years ago, I couldn't run, and I gradually learned to run. Except the doctor never learned. They always prescribe all kind of methods, but yet the only solution they got was, oh, surprise, because of 1, 2, 3, he passed away. But no, that's because they don't know about shit. Simple enough. They just don't know about shit. So if you are a financial planner and you know how to invest, you suppose, as I always joke around, you got to have some kind of $1 million in your account. Otherwise, shut that F up. If you are saying you've been in Toastmaster and you are good at public speech, you're not going to say, oh, you know what? I'm not prepared. No, you prepare anytime when you need to speak. But the doctor always have different excuses, different scenario. So to conclude my story based on the news is, trust me, if you want to become a healthy person, starting from the diet, eat right, anything the mainstream medical industry say, you just go totally opposite would be correct. For example, seafood. I'm having seafood every day, every single day. But they say that's high cholesterol. And I say, F you. I eat every day. So do some research yourself. Anything you find in the AI, in the mainstream media, in the mainstream medical advices, papers, just go opposite and you'll get true health. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jeff, for the great speech. Health is the most important for everybody. If you have 1 million, 10 million, if you don't have one in the front, everything is zero. Okay, let's welcome Vincent to be our table topic master.
Thank you, Betty.
Yeah.
And before that, we'll give 30 seconds for Jeff as well, just because we're gonna We're gonna do a quick round robin afterwards. Everyone do take a few notes. So I'll be timing it
I
for 30
always think
seconds.
about it. Okay, let's have a 30-second for GIFs. Thank you.
All right, Man Toastmaster, 30 seconds is up.
Okay, let's welcome Vincent.
All right, thank you so much, Betty. Hello, everyone. For today, we had Pinnacle. But I've also had a book on my mind called Atlas with the Heart, and I was mentioning that to Sim. I was like, can we talk about emotions today? That would be great. But Pinnacle reminded me of whenever you're at the peak of something, you can share these words of wisdom, kind of similar to what Jeff was saying, how it's like once you've hit that pinnacle, once you've hit the top, do you feel like you're able to share it? And then we can think about, that makes sense because they've researched it so much and we can totally trust them on this, whatever they're saying. But for me, I'd like to share a few quotes from the author Brene Brown, who wrote The Atlas of the Heart, and just wanted to explore different people's thoughts on these quotes. I'll be posting this in a chat as well. That way you'll be able to reread it again and see what your thoughts are. So what I'll be doing is I'll be repeating the quote twice, and if it is something that you resonate with, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, I will volunteer after 3 seconds or so. The first quote that she mentioned in Atlas of the Heart talks about avoidance. So avoidance will make you feel less vulnerable in the short run, but it will never make you less afraid. Avoidance will make you feel less vulnerable in the short run, but it will never make you feel less afraid. So for this one, so the goal again is just to share a story related to it or your thoughts related to this quote. I'll be posting this in the chat shortly. All right, so if no one's volunteering, I'm gonna call on. Oh, Zip. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, feeling appropriately guilty since I already gave a speech, but that's enough of us, I guess. I have personal experience with that one because that is the thing they tell you about when you suffer from anxiety. Do not avoid. That being said, for exactly the reason that you're saying, avoidance teaches your brain that the thing you're avoiding must be dangerous since you're avoiding it. So it reinforces the anxiety. However, at the same time, when you are in a situation where you feel that thing is too strong, if you face too much of it, and as a result, you give yourself, you trigger in yourself a very strong emotional reaction, fear to it, that makes the process of becoming less afraid even worse. Because again, this time it's not the avoidance, but it's the spike of anxiety that teaches your brain of like, yeah, I should be afraid of this thing. So there is an art form to it. Avoiding avoidance must be done thoughtfully by gauging what facing the thing, how much emotional reaction you're going to have to facing your fear. That is what I have been told and personally learned and somewhat experienced about avoidance.
Thank you so much for sharing that tip. And I love that tip where it's just like as we continue to avoid something, we're teaching our body something. And it might not be something that we intentionally want it to teach in the future. So thank you for sharing that and your personal experience as well. Next, I like for the next thought, this is about, I would say, like, it's in a sense of envy and jealousy. It's kind of in within that realm. And just when you notice someone performing well, sometimes that can make us become secure about our own performance. I know that I've definitely been guilty of that. So the quote goes like this: Good friends aren't afraid of your light. They never blow out your flame, and you don't blow out theirs, even when it's really bright and it makes you worry about your own flame. So good friends aren't afraid of your light. They never blow your flame, and you don't blow out theirs, even when it's really bright and it makes you worry about your own flame. Super long question kind of statement, but in case anyone has any thoughts, you're open to share about it. So for this one, I'd like to check, Betty, would you be open to taking this on? So again, the goal is to interpret the quote. Is that something that resonates with you? What's a story that you have related to it? Betty, are you available?
I need to translate first.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not even sure if it will translate
Okay.
well in yeah, like, does it translate well? It's more of the idea of like if someone's amazing and awesome, you don't put them down. You don't say like, no, that accomplishment wasn't that great. Because sometimes when you see someone doing really well, it makes us feel insecure or not that good. But true friends, they celebrate your success. If you're winning, they cheer you on rather than make you feel bad about it.
Yes, thank you, tabletop masters. I believe, and also I agree too, because if a true friend really be your good friend, they always want to see you success. They don't never want to see you are down, because when you are down, they will feel down too, because they worry about you, they worry about what's going on with you. But if you really don't have a good friend, they are jealous. They will just like they don't care, or they just want to see you feel down. I don't want to compare the doggy, but looks like my dog. If I have a new dog, Gaga, and then every time Winnie close to me, Gaga will be jealous, and then Gaga would like to close to me, and then don't let Winnie to come close to me. But she don't know Winnie is the first to my home for over 4 years, and Gaga is just new. So for this kind of situation, you can apply to the real world. Sometimes we don't know what's going on. We cannot judge people. We cannot tell people say, "Oh, you are great." But you don't know. Maybe their success. You don't know the behind the scene. Maybe they work very hard. They are just like the duck. You know the duck. They paw their paw is on the ground, but they are very relaxed in the on the top. You cannot see their this way in the under the water. So we cannot judge people. So we should be not in the middle, be neutral. We cannot try. We should do be this way to all the friends. Actually, we need to be kind and be nice, and even the people we don't like, we just need to try to be good for them, it's good for us, and then for our growth inside our hearts. And people see you, maybe they will feel you are a good person, they will close to you, maybe you have more chance in the future. You never know. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Betty. I think there were a lot of good ideas there where it's just sometimes you don't know what someone is going through. They might be like, they might seem fine on the surface, but they're paddling, they're working so hard behind, and we don't know what they're going through. And other times it's just, even with dogs, I would say like there's a lot you can learn from in terms of emotional intelligence as you observe them. Because I'd say like they just show their emotion. They like you, they go up to you. If they're scared of you, they run away or they're not interacting with you. So it's so pure. And I think it's almost like a child at the person. Like it's an honest emotion, but also honest hurt. If they're jealous, they show that jealousy. So I think that, and you can really apply that to human situations. We're not as clear about that. We just kind of like, they're maybe they're because they're jealous. Who knows? We have to like play a mental game there. But I really appreciate how you were mentioning how we should be kind to others. We don't know what struggles they're experiencing as well. Don't blow out their flame. So thank you for sharing that, Betty. All right, Jeff, the next question or quote is for you. So it is, I'm responsible for holding you accountable in a respectful and productive way. I'm not responsible for your emotional reaction to that accountability. Well, that's a mouthful, but basically, it's you're holding someone accountable. You can't control how they feel about it. Have you had an experience about that where you held someone responsible and you're like, regardless of the results, it's my job to do this? Oh, and you're on mute, Jeff.
Man, I'm on mute. All right, Mr. Topic Master, favorite Master. Yes, all the time, all the time. So you can't really change someone's mind or schedule, the way they do things, the way they think, the way whatsoever they would like to respond. So my approach is to finally, over years I learned is to cool down myself, to calm down myself first thing in the morning. And what is first thing in the morning? Go jogging, go work out. If you do routine workout in the morning or noon or afternoon or even late night, you're gonna figure out as soon as you done your exercise, the dopamine will occupy your mind. That's a good thing. So if you work out long enough, someone say meditation, someone say weightlifting or jogging, or just simply walking, you can manage most of the things happen during the day in the job, even in the supermarket or in the school, any occasion. You become like me now. I don't really care. You want to fire me? No problem. Then you go day by day. You might think, Jeff, you are so negative. Probably to you, but to me, you never know what's going to happen next thing. So one day at a time, one Toastmaster at a time, one paycheck at a time, one thing at a time, which is first thing in the morning, 2 hours, workout. Then you manage the rest of them. Back to you, Topic Master, Vincent.
Thank you for sharing, Jeff. For it's just like a one by one approach. And sometimes if we feel overwhelmed, I would say whenever we have to do a talk or do something that's we're worried about the emotions of others, I think just making sure you have a ritual for yourself in the morning, like you're saying, running, meditating, whatever it might be, calm yourself down, take it one step at a time. I think it's a wonderful approach to approach any day, regardless how it goes. But thank you for sharing, everyone, your thoughts on these quotes. So I'm excited for this format again. I'll try to do this for like I'll try to make it centered around a proper theme this time for like the aligning with the theme for the future. So with that, I return the control back to our Madam Toastmaster, Betty. Over to you, Betty.
Thank you, Vincent, to host a great table topic meeting. Now, because John did not come up, Jeff, you want to be the general evaluator? Let's welcome Jeff.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Let's do a round robin evaluation. Vincent, please do both of Sip and myself.
Okay, so first, Sib, I really liked how you're able to pause. I'm like trying to scroll through my notes. I don't know why. I regret taking things in Notepad, yet it might have seemed like my the lights just flashing on the side as I was looking for something. I was trying to find my notes. Anyway, I really liked how you're able to pause after certain things. Like, for example, you mentioned English breaks up these emotions purposefully. So we can't really figure things out. So you paused after that and you let it really sink in. I don't know if it was intentional, but it worked for me. So if it wasn't intentional, I hope you continue doing that in the future. For any point you want us to be like, wow, like I really want this to sink in, pause there. That way it helps us digest. And also, if we're listening just for the audio, we hear a pause, we're like, wait, what's happening? Is something broken? So it kind of also like re-engages you too. So pauses is perfect to help break up pace. That you did that well. Something that could make the speech even better, I thought could have been there's a lot of topics, a lot of different words. So I think highlighting the few words in the beginning was perfect. And then the more it adds to it, we just are like, should we remember this? Is this a key important point? It becomes tricky to figure out what do you want us to remember and what is like something that we can be like, oh, that just proves this point. Okay, we're good. We can move on from there. So I'd recommend maybe two examples or so, or three examples, and then that's the cutoff. That way it proves the point with the example. You've made your statement, and then we don't have to think about, all right, let's make this list of all the words really quick, just so we can memorize it. And the best thing that you did was again, the pacing, the pauses, the structure. To me, I felt like it was a very structured speech. It had a solid close at the end for why this is important. And reconnecting to the audience of what we want to do with like why it's important is great. And to me, my takeaway, I don't know if this was what you wanted to intend, but the importance of understanding our emotions and having a vocabulary for it helps us manage it better in case we are overwhelmed by it. So that was my takeaway and why it was important. Jeff, for you, I really appreciated how you have a lot of examples and current events, I think is a great way to pull our attention. Like if you relate something to a current event, like, did you know that last week someone died? And what does this mean? What's the context of this? So I like current events in a speech. That was solid. To make the speech even better, one thing I would recommend, I would just personally be watchful for language. I know you didn't say the words, but the word itself, we can fill in the blanks there. So I would try to see, just in case, and I know with our small audience, it's fine because we're like, oh yeah, we're like all friends here. But imagine if it was like a larger audience, how would you make it almost, I know, politically friendly? But see if there's some languages or words that you can easily swap out. Like say, I was completely frustrated by this. I know it might not capture the exact meaning that you want, but it'll just be an easy swap in case you need it for the future to express frustration, or you're like, I don't believe anything this person is saying. I know we can just say it's BS. That's fine. It's so much easier, but finding alternative words helps in the future. Um, but overall, I really appreciate how I would say like each of your examples, your personal examples, really aligned with the message that you're saying. So do keep that up because I would say every story you tell, you always like back it up, and it always leads back to the idea of we want to make sure we're credible. So we want to make sure that we do things that we want to give advice to. And I really love that message. With that, return the control back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Yes, of course. Need to choose a better word. Betty, you got something to share? Your thought about SIP and myself?
Just couple word. Sip, I saw you read the letter, maybe just like Vincent see you pause, and I see you nervous because maybe you lost where you are reading or something. Maybe that's from my thinking. Everybody had different point of view. That's how I feel, but you made it very smoothly. You just go by smooth, so cannot tell your speech you let nervous. Very good topic, and maybe next time we want to see you elaborate more. And Jeff, your speech is good. You follow the current event and then talk about the guy heart attack. I guess it's the same guy I heard from the news. The other party, right? They want to kill somebody, right? Maybe he's one of the targets, and then he got heart attack. Cannot believe it. He just died. I guess it's Iran or who the war. They want to target several leaders. They want to kill them. I guess he's one of them. For I know that government So I guess it's kind of strange if people, you are a really bad guy, then you just maybe kill by yourself. It's but just kidding. I don't know how to say that. Okay, but you are good. You in the your speech very smooth, and then we can follow your logical flow, and you show your opinion. But you are not very strong opinion now. You before you are very strong. Want to make people know we understand. We want to understand you. We want to follow you. But now you are not emphasize. That's good because you are not you getting better and better now. Your speech, so it's very smooth. We can tell you want us to everybody to be good, have a good health, but you don't emphasize too much now. This is good for your speech. You get improve a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Betty. Yes, I'm trying to tone down myself, getting just the message across. For SIP, I give you 10,000% of the credit every single time. I think you're getting more comfortable, confidence, smooth. I don't really see you hesitated or looking here or there. I just saying you are very, very confident speakers. For anything anybody say, well, forget about that. No, of course not. Of course not. You see that? But that's great performance. Just signing up whatsoever. For myself, well, every single speech I was struggling before my preparation, but I went ahead and just deliver because I know I will learn something, a tiny things little by little. Over the next 20 years, you might see different Jeff. All right, let's welcome our Marian, and I'm gonna walk into my office. So let's take a picture first.
We missed you, Jeff, at the previous ones. Okay, Betty, are you
All
ready
right.
to? All right, 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right,
Oh,
thank you. Got it.
thank you. I'll pass down to our whatever. I mean, Betty. Right? I'm gonna mute and close my camera. All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jeff. We'll probably have Betty continue with the functionary reports, if that's okay with you, Betty.
He's talking about Avengers, so that's welcome seat.
Yes, thank you very much. So I actually did not notice any grammatical mistakes. I may very well have missed some because when I get drawn by the content of the speech, I forget to listen for grammar. And also when I start taking notes on something, I start paying attention really about what I should be paying attention to. I did try to make notes on something that could be useful to both speakers. I noticed that when I have trouble understanding a word, in several cases, it was because the consonant sound at the end of the word was not clear, at least not clear to me. For instance, at some point, Jeff said, "I'm not prepared," instead of "I'm not prepared." So that was understandable anyway, but I noticed that it's easy to get into a habit of not pronouncing the last consonant, and that's something perhaps that if we that may be a general thing we want to pay attention to. Like Betty, I noticed it sounded like he was saying gray or something like that instead of great, and or grow instead of growth. Of course, it's ironic, my, talking about pronunciation when I'm terrible at it as well, when I'm terrible at it. But I mean, I guess that's why my mind went into noticing that, because I know I struggle with that. Jeff, there was a word like you said prescribe. Prescribed. Yeah, prescribed. I'll get there. Prescribe. When I think the word is prescribed, but you need to check that whether it's really pronounced with an I. I think so. And also that's an example where I didn't hear the t sound at the end. When it was ba instead of bda. And when you also another thing, Jeff, I think sometimes you don't refer to what you just said. Okay, let me give the example. You were talking about seafood, and you were saying, and yet I eat every day. And I didn't hear you say, I eat every day. It would have been clearer if you mentioned if you just eat, that you were referring to the kind of food you were just talking about. That being said, Jeff, I was super impressed I really loved your delivery, how it felt natural, but at the same time, your elocution, if that's how you pronounce that word, was really, really great. Yeah, your speech was really, really clear. And I think that's something you need to keep, that pace and style of elocution. And I think that's all I have. Oh yes, and about the register word, when you use the word shit, you said, I think you said they don't know about shit. I think the phrase is actually they don't know shit without the about. That's what I have.
I like how we're also going into like how to say
The
that
slang.
phrase, the slang correctly.
I mean, it's a register. We use it in everyday life, right?
Yes,
Even if
we do.
we're not
Yeah.
supposed to in the type of speech that Toastmaster is teaching us.
Yeah, just for like public speeches. But sometimes it's like I think it's right just because it's like it captures the right emotion, but how do we also
Right.
tell? It's so hard. Okay, so sorry, go ahead, Betty.
Thank you, Sid. Very great evaluation for the grammar, because this will help us to improve more, because we will know what's going on. We say something wrong, we never pay attention. I bet Jay will improve a lot later, next speech. Okay, so we have timer.
Yes.
Vincent post on the chat. I'm the number one. I can speak longer because I never know how to elaborate. I'll try. Bullshit more. I'm just kidding.
You were within time, Betty, so that's all that matters. It was a good story.
I'm just kidding. I should not use the bad word, okay? I try not to. And I want to know who is the next president. So I need to test for the next president, and then I don't.
Yeah, so normally it's Sonia. John, you're here. It's the last 2 minutes, unfortunately.
I'm ready to give my 2-hour speech. Do you guys patient enough to listen?
Yeah, your 2 hours is the general evaluator. Go ahead. We just finished.
But you're joining us to choose your role for next week.
Yeah.
Did you vote on best general evaluator tonight or no? Sorry.
We can take a picture.
Oh yes, another picture. Part 2. We're with John here. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we have like 2 versions. It's like parallel universe. This is when John was here, or not.
So other slackers didn't show up. Vincent, I wasn't the only slacker. There's only 4 of us. Wow.
What was it? Jeff was just here, and then he hopped out. He was serving as World General Evaluator, so I think it's just so funny because it's like this is when Jeff was here as General Evaluator. This is John was here as General Evaluator.
He just takes off.
You never know. But yeah, I wanted to quickly discuss since I think Jeff's filled in for General Matter. We could have John be the Toastmaster for next week. We were talking about like themes of Chihuahua speeches. So in case you want to make the theme like not necessarily Chihuahuas, but it could be like I don't know, dogs, whatever theme you have cooking in your head. Like I feel like you're able to create a
No,
good
I
theme.
still from that calendar that talks about all the fun things today. So today, did you do a theme based on something weird?
It was Pinnacle. So it was
Oh,
the peak of
cool.
something, which is pretty good. And then I also had table topics based off of like the book called Atlas of the Heart. I was curious to see like what your thoughts were about these quotes, but you know that's okay. We'll share it for next time. This is what the FOMO we create. So this is the strategy. So
Yeah.
a future table topic we can have it related to emotions once again. I think it'd be
Oh,
fun.
Yeah,
that'd be
that's
cool.
great.
But yeah, for next week we'll just choose roles in case anyone would like to be a speaker first. Betty, would you like to give that a shot? And we'd love to hear a speech about dogs.
I haven't heard Betty give a speech since I've been here for like 2 years. Did I miss something? I don't.
Cheers. Oh, this is really like a parallel universe thing. Uh,
Yeah.
Betty, would you be up for it? Okay. We'd love to hear more about Gaga's transition. So just to see if it's like how is she doing? Um,
Okay.
and then Zib, would you be open to giving your informational speech about Chihuahua?
Yes,
Chihuahuas?
absolutely.
Okay. We can have slides this time. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. I'll prepare like again really fast preparation just before, so I don't have time to really rehearse. But perhaps I'll actually like read the notes before because
yeah, you get I
this
mean you
time
could
I
let
was
it
like,
like
oh, this is what this is saying. Okay.
but yeah, John, it's completely up to you like what you'd like the theme to be, of course.
Yeah, if you
Um
want a speaker or evaluator or you want me general manager, that's fine.
yeah,
Say.
if you're open to be general evaluator for next week, that could
Yep,
work
I sure
out.
am.
Okay, sounds good. And then I'll fill in for whichever role's still open. I'll double check with Sanush mentioned he'll be back this week. Last month he said he's been pretty busy. And I'll follow up with Moad to see where he's at, just so we can get him involved.
And
But I will be policing everyone's as a VPE. So as a heads up, you'll see like a message that says, "How are you doing with pathways and whatnot and all that good stuff," and making sure you submit. But I'll try to make it as easy as possible, as painless as possible, ideally. So that will be my goal as a VPE for this year. And if you haven't taken training, I do
it's supposed to be
recommend
today at noon, I think, Vincent. Isn't it?
there was
Or
one yesterday at noon.
oh no,
So
did I miss that? Because am I treasurer in this club or my secretary?
you are, I think,
A
you're not
late
secretary. You are
latecomer?
you're
I
something.
guess
I know you're some.
Oh,
I think you might be.
I
I
appointment
Right.
must.
secretary, me, because it's an easy job, okay? Not you.
That
Yes.
means you got to give a 20-minute
So
speech.
Betty has claimed it.
But don't I
Wait,
have a
Betty.
role in this club or am
Yes.
I up in the night,
No, you
Vincent?
you have one. You have one.
That's
You
what I
have
thought.
treasure. You have treasure.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
treasurer. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So yesterday with the training for treasurer?
Yes. Yesterday was a training for treasure. So I
Ah,
think
Oh,
yeah. But the next noon training is on July 23rd. So if an
okay.
hour training works better, check out
Let me
July
see.
23rd for noon time Pacific.
oh
So
boy.
Betty, it will be 3 o'clock for you for that time. Otherwise, the trainings are typically like 2 hours long. But I will just say, as a trainer,
Wednesday.
time flies. So I'm sure your trainer will make it fun throughout.
I don't
Um,
receive
So
any information. Can you post to the
I'll
WhatsApp or
I'll
email?
put
Thank
yeah,
you.
and WhatsApp, this is what Vincent put in. Vincent, it shows training tomorrow, July 15th. If this are we 101 Toastmasters in
yes, we're District 101, and then there will be training on the 15th that you can attend as well. It'll be from
oh, so that's
6 p.m.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll
Okay.
be 6 p.m. Pacific though.
So I thought I signed up for a training, but
Mhm.
and I thought it was in July, but I'm not seeing it on my calendar. So when can I find a VPR training? If possible after the 22nd, because I'm really busy till then.
The
In case I
23rd.
can't, yeah.
There's one for the 23rd. from
Oh, really?
11:45 to 1 p.m.
Okay. 11:45 to 1 p.m. for VPO specifically?
It's just in general. So it's like once
Oh.
you hop into it, you'll be able to choose the room that you're going to.
Oh,
Although
And you
okay.
choose the PR room though. I don't think
and,
you look
And
confident outside.
and are we
well,
Division C or which division are we again?
Division G.
G. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
and where
Okay.
is the link to you? I bet. Oh, you put it in there.
Yes. So you can take a look
Yeah,
to see through all the
Very
trainings.
fine.
Definitely recommend signing up in advance. That way you get an ideal date for yourself.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I see it. I see it. Okay, let me
And
register
then
now.
if you want a more comprehensive one, I definitely recommend the 2 hour. I was training the vice president membership for an hour. It was not enough like chance to get to people's questions. So in case you want something more comprehensive, I recommend the 2 hour one. In case you're like really tight on evenings, the 1 hour should give you enough details.
Is the 2 hour one specifically about our role, or is it in
Both of
general?
them are. Both of them are specific to your
Okay,
role. It's just the 1 hour one is very accelerated. So it's just like there's not as much of a chance to dive into the nuances of the role.
okay, all right. So maybe before signing up, I should actually go back and check which one is which one is which. So I'm gonna do that now.
So you
Yeah.
just
I'm still
can
sitting
choose
down.
any day, right?
Which
You
one?
just
Yeah, you can choose any day,
Check
and
it.
then you'll just want to make sh yeah, you'll choose any day. At the very end of the meeting, there will be a form that you'll sign up, and just say like I got the credit.
okay.
So make sure you stick till the very end, and then you'll be able to get the credit.
Can you
So let me.
report who is the officer right now? Can you see? I don't need to go online. Can you tell us, everybody?
Yes, so for you, Betty, you are the secretary.
I know, but president is
Oh,
who's
Sonia. President
Samia, and
is
then
yes.
VP.
Here are the roles. VP is me, so I'll be bugging everyone. Place and be like, do your speeches, make sure it's a pathway speech, and if that's not, I'll come up with some creative way to fit it into a pathway speech.
Do we need to have
So
HR present when you do that to us, Vincent, or will it be a safe space? Just kidding.
it'll be a safe space. Also, I'll make it a safe
What?
space.
What? I didn't catch that.
I was like, do we need human resources around just in case Vincent gets violently threatening with his verbiage? He's like,
Oh.
you think you're bald now? You wait till I get a hold of you. Just kidding. Now,
Okay.
Vincent, where do you physically sit? Are you in San Francisco area? Where are you at?
I'm in Milpitas, so it's a little bit north
Milpitas.
of San Jose.
Okay,
Yeah.
could you know I'm flying to San Jose this Friday? There's a toast. I belong to Silicon
Ooh.
Valley Toastmasters, and they're going to Los Gatos to have a
Oh,
big picnic. Are
wow.
you close to that area? Los
Let
Gatos,
me
or is it?
check Friday. Okay, let me double check. Wait, am I able to hop in? Is it like a strictly club thing? Because I don't want to like invade
No,
if
you
that was
totally
the
come. They
just
want me to bring a lot of
okay.
food because some people are vegan, some are vegetarian, some are meat. I'm going to bring a
Ah,
lot,
okay.
but we don't have a full head count. But you're welcome to come. It's on Sunday. But are you close to that area? The Los Gatos, it's like some park.
It's
Is
not
that
bad of a drive. It's like it might just be like 40 minutes, but it's like I'm there at least. I'm not driving to San
40
Diego.
minutes?
So,
Yeah, yeah. It's only like
yeah,
8 hours to
that's
come
like
here.
yeah. No,
And
I'd love to just catch up.
yeah, yeah. That'd be
Let's
cool. Because my brother and his
see.
wife are going to meet me there, but they're going to go have fun while I'm at the Silicon Valley Toastmasters event. It's fun. This is where they talk about entrepreneur stuff, but it's fun. I think you'd like it.
Okay, yeah. Let me know the other details, and then I'll double check
Okay.
my calendar. I only have something blocked in the morning, but honestly, I've been getting a lot of just here's another calendar invite. Here's like let's tag up for this like growth thing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but I'll let you know. I'll try to block it
Okay,
out, and
cool. I'll let you
yeah.
know too. It'd be fun. I'd like to meet you. You like good food, right? Because I used to
Of
live in San Francisco
course.
back in the day.
What type of questions do you let?
I don't know.
Do I like bad food?
I don't know. Betty says she likes Del Taco, and Sib, she said
Yes,
she
I
likes,
can
was it
handle
Applebee's?
everything.
Really? Okay.
No, but I can handle everything pretty much that my stomach accepts. My tongue can handle everything.
All right, so Betty, whenever you're in the Bay, let us know too, so we can
Yeah.
schedule. I think
And
that would be fun.
where's
Yes,
Betty at? Where's she physically at?
Texas.
yes.
Texas.
I
Really?
saw,
There's Trumpers there.
yeah. I
I
saw John. You saw I'm a Mexican or what? So I like
I
taco.
I thought you were more Russian with a hint of Indonesian, but I was guessing. Just kidding.
Uh,
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the mountain girl in Taiwan. Everybody know I'm the mountain girl because in Taiwan, the mountain girl, they have big eyes. And
Are you Taiwanese?
I'm Taiwanese. I
You
don't say
Putukwa.
I'm
Cool.
Huh? Oh, yeah, Jason.
Putukwa.
Yeah, Jason Huang is our neighbor.
Nice. Wow.
Kidding.
So there's no good food in Texas for Taiwanese people, by the way, right?
Yeah,
Is there?
uh-huh.
Oh,
Welcome to
well,
Taiwan to eat the.
Taiwan's amazing. The oyster the bomb cakes I has some of them are so good. Oh my God. Food's good there.
Need to start traveling, living before I die.
all right. Send me the details, John. I'll have everyone's else for next week. So Betty, you're
Okay.
giving a speech. Sib's giving a speech. John is the G. Okay. How about that?
Chihuahuas.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
All right. Thank you all. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.